So if you're like me, there's been a time where you weren't thinking about it and you went like this and went, oh, son of a gun. Or maybe you didn't, or you just backed your hand off like, God, that handle is hot. I love my Toaks Pot. I have used a 550 for probably 5 or 6 years now. It has been my go-to pot. I've tried other pots and constantly I go back to this pot. But one con about this pot has always been that these handles get very hot. Now I know a lot of people have a lot of tricks out there. I know they've used electrical tape, but for me, I've always used the top of a freeze-dried reel, the wrapper top, and just wrapped it around and grabbed it. Or I mainly had used my Starbucks like instant coffee, the packet, to wrap around and grab the top. That way I could get it off there, and titanium cools quick anyways, but I've always had to cover that handle up. Well, SOTO has come out with a new pot. I think it's been around for just a little bit, but it is an ultralight titanium pot. I think it's like 60 grams. I'll put the ounces on the screen. But they have a new part of this pot that I'm really in love with, and I want to show it to you guys today. So let me be 120% clear. This is not a sponsored video. I have nothing to do with SOTO. SOTO is a Japanese company. I literally bought this for the full price at Garage Grown Gear. I saw it on an ad of theirs, and there was one reason what caught my attention. Well, two reasons. One is it's a titanium, and the second reason is I'm about to show you. This is SOTO's titanium pot. This is 60 grams. I want to be sure I'm telling you right. Yes, 60 grams. It is a 750 milliliter pot, so you can definitely do a lot with it. This pot is very light and is very comparable to the Toaks Pot. There's one beneficial thing. So let me take the top off here. Whoop, I'm making a lot of noise. This right here. This handle has been, I guess they call it the grabber or something like that. This allows me to sit my pot on top of here, start my water, boil it, have this to the side, and easily go like this right here, clamp it, and it's very, I mean, super. It ain't coming off, not as much as I need it to. It clamps it on there and allows me to grab my pot off of there and be able to put it to the side or pour it, whatever I need to do. Now, if you got a small amount of water in here, something I've already learned is this titanium doesn't get that warm all the way to the top here, so I can even grab it with my hand because it's higher like this, and it's not been a bigger problem. I wouldn't advise doing that, but I've just learned that so far. But this right here has been the game changer for me. This allows me to easily grab it without worrying about heat, not having to use trash to be able to use my handle grip, but be easily able to grab it and be ready to go and easily pour into whatever I'm trying to do. Because when you're dealing with boiling hot water, you do not want to dump it all over yourself or your gear or all over the ground in front of you. So this was definitely an eye catcher for me. So I wanted to do this video like a review. I guess you could call it a review, but I wanted to do it because I wanted to explain to you why I went away from my Toaks. I still have my Toaks. I'll probably still use it here and there, but I feel like this is gonna be a great option. I've already used it on trail. I got a trip video that'll either come out before this one or after this video. But anyways, this is awesome. Now it's super light, and for being titanium like the Toaks, you know, it's concerning. I'm giving it a really hard squeeze right now. Without me literally stomping down on it, throwing my pack down on it, I think it's not gonna bend easy at all. So it feels pretty strong, and especially when you got your tank in there, when you've got in there whatever you like to carry in your cook kitchen, it's fully supported in there. So yes, that is one concern everybody probably has, but it's pretty strong. The top is kind of flimsy, but it's still usable. I'm not always using my top. It does have a cutout for that gripper if you need it, but it allows me to put everything down in here. Now, one thing I would say is probably a con for me, and I know it's part of the reason so you can still tuck this in here, is I don't need this big of a pot. I never actually cook inside of my pot. I usually just boil water for coffee or for a freeze-dried meal or for whatever reason. I never actually put food in here, so I don't need this much of a pot because I'm not trying to boil this much water or stuff food in there. So I say that'd be one con for me, is I definitely wish it had a smaller size. It's not a direct con of it, but I wish production-wise they had a smaller version. Now, one thing that's nice also is I can easily put it in here, and I did not have to buy another one, my Dyneema bag from Hilltop Packs, because unlike the Toaks, this does not come with a bag to keep all your stuff secure. So I did already have this Dyneema bag from Hilltop Packs, and easily it worked for this one too. I was worried it wouldn't, but it actually does. And that's gonna work perfect to keep it all in and keep it secure in there. So guys, I'm really excited to use this. I know I say a review and there's not just much to say. I know it seems pretty durable. It's super light. The gripper is a huge, big game changer for me. Size-wise, I wish they made a smaller size. I don't need it this big, but it's not overbearing where I can't easily fit it on the front of my pack like I always do. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If you got questions about it, hit me below. I would be glad to answer them. I would love to know what your setup is, or what do you do to stop that handle from burning your hands? I'd love to hear that too. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to keep this one simple, something new that I bought, and I'm excited to share with you. And I feel like I'll be able to use it a lot this year, and it's going to be a great pot setup, and also keep my fingers from being burnt while I'm on trail. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, we appreciate your support, and I'll see you soon.